Okay, welcome to the 2026 Index Draft. This is for the 2025-2026 season. This is the least formal podcast to have ever been recorded. And in our green room prior to this, we had quite the recording difficulties, which was 100% the fault of the index. So this is the index on the 2025-2026 voice changer. The voice changer name for this season is titled Bob. So, welcome to everybody. We will do a brief round of introductions for our team captains who have gotten to know one another in the green room, but we want to make sure everybody else knows them. Then, the rules for the draft and the season will be gone through presented by the index, and then we will begin the drafting process. So, let's go to Anna first for your introduction and then your team name for the season for your team.
Yeah, let's see. Anna, and I'm from Sweden. Just right now, I'm sitting watching 20 centimeters of snow in a freezing cold mid-Sweden town. And I think everybody who lives in Sweden, north of Sweden, would say I'm in the south part of Sweden, but it's Sundsvall, so it's in the middle of Sweden. And the index kindly called me a super fan. I haven't been a super fan of anything, or anyone hasn't, like, nobody has ever named me a super fan. So I'm a bit nervous to live up to that really, really high expectation that comes with that titling of super fan. So that's me.
Anna, you should know it is easy to be a super fan of the index because everybody who's ever seen the index is already a super fan of the index.
Well, that is true. That is true. We have been struck by your awesomeness and
Much
lured by
appreciated.
it. Yeah, that is true.
Do you have a team name for your team for the season?
Well, I do have a team name, and since I'm Swedish and we are the true Vikings, we are called the Collapse Vikings.
Perfect. That is an excellent team name. So we have the Collapse Vikings. The index is typing this into the Google Sheet that will manage the draft process. Next, our second captain is Fast Big Dog. Can you introduce yourself and provide a team name, please?
I am Fast Big Dog. How would I describe myself? Nordic skiing provocateur, observer of the human spirit, and self-appointed moderator for all affairs, athletic and otherwise.
Yes, a tastemaker, one might say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Previous stints with the U.S. ski team, the publication Faster Skier, coaching domestically and internationally at the high school, college, and elite level, and currently in a top secret underground facility, whereabouts of which I am unable to divulge at this time for security reasons. I'm sure you can understand.
We absolutely do.
I feel that you're a bit of suck up to the index here, Mr. Big Fast Dog.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the
Wow.
Vikings have come out with an early shot.
I don't
Big
know.
Dog, what is your?
I don't know what the
Big Dog, what
basis
is
for
your
that
team
is.
name?
My team name is the Mall of America Statue Squad. Is as a tribute to going back probably 10 years, 15 years. Faster Skier wrote a laughably obtuse April Fool's post, which across the board, these have become so idiotic that it's ridiculous. But this particular post claimed that there was I think, 60-foot statue of Jesse Diggins and Brian Gregg that had been erected at the Mall of America in Minnesota. And so you're thinking, God, who would be gullible enough to fall for that? Well, it turns out that Diggins' parents not only
Oh
fell
no.
for it, but drove down
Oh no.
to the Mall of America to
No.
discover there was no such statue, at which point they penned a scathing letter to Faster Skier
Oh no.
Oh,
about,
poor dears.
yes. So this seems like a perfect team name.
That
Plus,
is
it
the perfect team name.
and the acronym on this is MASS as well.
Yes.
And I mean, Anna, despite the previous comments, I think it would behoove you to know that Fast Big Dog is a large and powerful man. So mass sort of implies massive, whether that's intellectual heft or mere physical prowess. I
But
Are
feel
you
both of
sure?
which.
we haven't seen any intellectual heft yet, but maybe that will come out through the course of the draft.
Well, I beg to disagree. I think this the team name is a perfect example of
It's very good.
just how,
The
yeah. Thank you.
one of our media partners at the Index advised us pre-draft to whatever audio file we sent them or video file we sent them had to be free of any libel or slander. So we can only assume that they will fact check the Diggins parents' Faster Skier April Fool's joke anecdote before they are willing to host the audio, which of course is fine with us because we need nothing beyond YouTube and Instagram to survive here. So
Yeah.
let's move to phase 2 of the draft, which is the Index reading the rules of the draft. And the Index will share the screen in order to make this even better. But then of course the Index on did you know that the Index uses an Index Book Air computer? And the Index Book Air computer is really causing a lot of problems for the Index at the moment. So we'll see if this functions.
So it's a collapse book. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's right. It is collapsing as we speak here. Luckily, we're not sharing the screen yet.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay.
looking at the screen and I was like, there's nothing happening.
Okay.
Can you divulge? Can you divulge who's agreed to publish this transcript?
Well, the transcript we're not so sure, but the Index has a very sporting partnership with the Nordic Insights people
Are
or
they
person.
not a part of Big Ski, or is that only Fizz?
No, big skiing is only FIS. Big
Okay.
skiing, the
Good to know.
FIS has transgressed in the eyes of the Index. And the Index has low respect for FIS, just to be clear about the limitations of what we feel FIS is able to offer to the sport.
I think it bears noting. It sounds like each of you may be unaware, but it's the reason why I ask. You know that I'm the podcaster for Nordic Insight, right?
I knew you used to be the podcast for Nordic Insights, but did not know if you were still the podcast for Nordic Insights.
Well, our sound guy went to college. He's a high school kid doing it.
That's
He was
the
a nice
worst.
guy,
Right?
right?
College.
I know. You talk about a career path like paved in gold. This is it. You know.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't get bigger.
Exactly.
It doesn't get bigger than this.
I think most people at the BBC, the New York Times, started at Nordic Insights. So we actually have another podcast, which is in the can, as we say, which is not sexual at all in our parlance. Is waiting to be processed. So yeah, it's I don't know. Hopefully,
Well, that is the media entity of choice. And then
okay.
the only active beef the Index has is with FIS, and then there's a secondary beef that if we have time, we will get to it.
Okay.
So we have pulled out the rules first. You may wonder what the prize is. Yes.
Is that the King of Trondheim beef?
Well, that doesn't even deserve a beef. The index doesn't feel
Oh.
that King of Trondheim is even worth our attention. There's a
Okay,
secondary beef that is more beef worthy.
because I'm unclear of the relationship between Skierless and then King of Trondheim and you. So I guess we can.
Those other two like each other, and the index has nothing to do with either of them and wants nothing to do with either of them. And
Okay.
after
Is
being
it post-shirtless?
rudely snubbed by James Clugnet for the draft, the index has even lower respect for Skirious problems than previously.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but we must
All
move
right.
on, otherwise we'll run out of time. So the prizes
Okay.
for the draft, the prizes for the season end. So this is a season-long competition. We have the Collapse Vikings against the Mall of America team. And the winner at the end of the season either gets $50 to them or a 5x donation, so $250 to a charity of their choice. With one caveat, if you pick a charity with which the index does not personally ascribe or support, then you can pick a different charity. And the index is fairly, let's say, for fun purposes, charitable in our selections. So we're fairly open-minded here. But if you pick a bad charity, the index will reject you. So that's the
What
prize.
What counts as a bad charity? It's
A bad charity would be, let's say, one that is politically motivated
Oh,
to a direction or ends that the index does not support as an organization. So,
Okay.
for example, if you asked for your charity to be like an oil company, the index would probably ask you politely to choose a different charity.
Or if I would donate $50 to King of Trondheim or Skirious
The index would match a donation. In the spirit of fairness, the index would match a donation to either of those organizations, as they are not in the category of reprehensible, merely unlikable.
No, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
So
Oh,
the
big
draft
oil,
will
no
be
shirtless guys on
Right.
podcast. Yay.
The shirtless guys on podcasts may be yay for you, and for the index, they are merely tolerable. So the draft will be snake style for the first 2 rounds. This means Team A will draft, then Team B again, and then Team A again, and then for our sanity, we will go back to a normal order.
Oh,
So, for example, if the Vikings draft first, then the Mall team draft second and third, and then the Vikings draft fourth, and then we go back to normal order. So if you pick Jesse Diggins, who is, of course, the highest scorer from last season and the winner and the most consistent collapser, you lose your next 2 picks. Not 2 picks overall, but your next 2. So if you draft her first, you are giving up your second and third picks, and that means your opponent gets 4 straight picks, which you might not want to do.
no.
If you wait until 10th, then you lose your 11th and 12th picks, which is much more tolerable because at that point the field is tighter. So
Exactly.
there's a strategic element here. The index is a very strategic entity. At random points in the draft, the index will play the sound that we trust will play. Did you hear a sound?
No.
That's too bad. The index had queued up a very funny sound from the soundboard. The index will announce at random times that there is a double point mode, and the next skier you pick is worth double points. So if you're sitting on a pick and you're wondering, is this the right time? Is this the right time? You might want to hold them so that you get double points for that skier throughout the entire season, but somebody might pick them before you. Okay, next rule. Any Norwegian you pick is worth -3 points at the start of the season. Just once, not every collapse, but just once. We're trying to spread the country of origin here. And for the Viking team, we suspect the anti-Norwegian-ness of this rule will be appreciated.
Yeah, but it could backfire because that might like fire up my anti-Norwegianness even more.
It could, and it might mean you pick Amundsen 5th instead of perhaps more deserving second or third. But is it worth the 3-point penalty? That you'll have to decide. And then the final rule, at a random point in the draft, we will pick a country. Each of you will pick a country. And all athletes on your team from that country get a 25% bonus for your scores, not for the overall Collapse Index, but for your scores for the entire season. So if you were to say pick an entire team of Frenchmen or French women, and then when the country selection comes up, you pick the French, then your score will go up 25%. Now, if the other person sees you doing that, so let's say that Anna and the Vikings start picking all French people, and then Fast Big Dog and the Mall team says he picks France for the bonus to nullify Anna's advantage, then that is also another strategic element here. Any questions about the overall strategy?
No.
Not a question, but a comment. I would like to commend the index for the clearly ridiculous amount of thought that went into this process.
Yes.
And that is greatly appreciated. The other slight
The index.
clarification is
Yes.
it's the Mall of America statue squad,
Yes.
so mass. So I would appreciate correct attribution of my team.
We will attribute correctly, and as you well know, the index
we have a
hates
branding
acronyms. Yes.
We have a
Yeah, very
branding
important,
initiative
very
underway.
Apologies.
Possible merch. You know, the fans. You know,
Yeah.
the fans like the merch. What can I say?
The fans cry for the merch. They do. Okay, so the index has a separate screen, which you cannot see, that has a random generator for the first pick in the draft. So we were running the spinner right now, and the first pick in the draft, according to the random spinner, will be the Mall of America Statue Squad. So the Mall of America Statue Squad has the first pick and the fourth pick, and then the Collapse Vikings gets pick 2 and 3, and then we'll go back to normal order. So I am showing the currently drafted teams next to the index can figure out how to properly Google Sheets. The index is more of a Microsoft Excel person. You can see this next to the season totals from last season. And those season totals are, there are some people who are high on the season total list who you probably do not want to select, although in the spirit of no slander or libel, we can avoid specific proclamations on that topic. So, Mall of America Statue Squad, you are on the clock for the first pick.
Oh, there's a time. It's like chess. It's like competitive chess. We have
there's a clock that lives solely in the index's head and will expire when the index gets bored of waiting for you to make a pick.
Okay. And do you want us to give there's a lot of strategy involved in this game, which has just been, kind of thrust upon us, which is fine. Do you want us to since this is being repurposed for other usages, which again I support, do you want us to provide our line of thinking here, or just our pick and move on?
I think the index believes for the first perhaps 10 to 20 picks, it would probably be good, since those are the more critical picks. It would probably be good to get the background on your strategy, but you probably don't want to give away the details of your strategy, because the Collapse Vikings might hear you. And the rule details are on the other sheet in the Google document that you both have access to, so you can refer back to that at any time.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. I gotta go Diggins. I know I like the way that there's, a built-in penal clause. The Collapse Vikings get a couple more picks.
Right.
This could be a tactical error that's ultimately going to cost me the competition, but it's called the DCI for a reason. God damn it! It's the Diggins Collapse Index. She's the queen, both in her own mind and in that of collapses. No one collapses better than Diggins for any number of reasons. Some of them relevant, some of them not. I'm going with the queen.
All right.
Diggs it is.
You're on the board for Diggins. The index would like to point out for our more mathematically intelligent people that even if you skip Victoria Carl for reasons unstated, the next 4 picks from using last season's totals alone, the next 4 picks, which now go to the Collapse Vikings, total nearly double the Diggins score from last season. And we suspect that the Collapse Vikings have an even more intelligent strategy.
Yeah, because I'm actually thinking that I'm gonna skip Carl. No surprise.
Yes.
We don't have to go into that, as you said. And if I add up the coming 4 and then the next like AB pick, we are leading with about 60 points. So
yes,
I'm gonna
you
say
look like you're. Yeah, you look like you're back in contention, but you can see why the rule exists, because if we give Diggins to the first pick, it's too big of an advantage. So Collapse Vikings, you're on the clock. Pick number 2.
Yeah, Lapaloo, because he has an amazing collapse and he has interesting things going on the lane and a big snotty frozen thing going on.
Always worth extra points in the bonus.
Yeah, and then we got Amundsen. I'm gonna have to pick Amundsen, even though he's Norwegian. And since Mr. Big Dog made it simple for me, I don't have to count down -3 going to Julia Kern, because I had a whole thing going there. So I'm gonna say Kern.
Okay. So you're just going straight from the top of the list from last season. You're hoping that no injuries, no bad form, they qualify for all the races.
That's where I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna pick Unger, because he didn't look at all collapsy in the Swedish season premiere. He looked like he was in charge and not exerting himself, and
we don't like that.
No.
Yes, we don't like that at all.
However, Ebba Andersson, she did an amazing collapse. Just her back heaving, doing stuff really nicely. So I'm gonna, and then Mr. Big Dog has to think, Lapaloo, Amundsen, Kern, Andersson. Which country is she backing?
Right.
Leaving that to you, Mr. Big Dog.
Impossible to tell. So we're back to the Mall of America statue squad for pick number 6, after the Collapse Vikings just wiped out most of the top 5.
Right. Well, and let me be clear too. I'm picking with my heart here. You guys can do all the math that you want, but don't underestimate the determination and the grit of the drama queen herself. In fact, just recently I saw in the absolute rag publication of Faster Skier that she was pontificating, or bloviating rather, how she was able to push herself to the brink of collapse.
Yes.
Unlike any other athlete. I mean, how can you go up against that and lose? You can't. So
that ain't the official retirement PR statement, in fact.
Well, never mind.
You're on the clock, Fast Big Dog.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh boy, this is tricky. I'm gonna go Amundsen. Too good a pick. Not to snap it.
Collapse Vikings already picked Amundsen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If they're picked, you gotta look at column D here.
I got you. I see where we're going this. All right. I'm gonna go Anger, just because he's my size and it's big guys. We get to put out a lot more energy to get around the track.
Okay. So Anna's research. We'll see if Anna's preseason research paid off then.
Yeah, and I'm in the same position here again, because Fenlish didn't look collapsy at all in the Swedish season premiere, and I really like Palmakoski. I mean, she does amazing collapses as well, and
she does,
and stuff happening. But I'm not quite sure. I'm weighing here. Do I want Fenlish, or do I want Palmakoski? I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Fenlish. Really.
Okay. Is that a hard pick or a?
That is a hard pick, because I really like Fenlish. I do adore Pam Makoski as well. But Fendish she's just cute.
Fendrick looks very floppy at the end of every race in a very collapsy way. So the index thinks that is always a solid pick. Like, she's never steady on her feet. Okay, fast big dog. Mile of America statue squad, pick 8.
Parmakoski.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
easy.
Yep,
Because you knew the Collapse Vikings were going to take her next anyways, so you got to
I was eyeing up that pick from the beginning, so I like that pick.
Okay,
Mm.
okay, very good. Updating on the left here. Okay, Collapse Vikings.
Well, here's the thing. Skista, that's -3 points. She goes under. And I mean, she is such a drama queen. However, they were saying, like, all the skiers guys were like, oh, she's looking so good. Her like stamina has improved. So I'm not gonna pick Skista. I'm picking
Okay. Deloge has been very. He has even collapsed in roller ski races over the summer.
Yeah, I know. So like I did some research and I feel comfortable with my pick.
Okay. The index supports that pick. He also has done a nice job with some facial snot, like in the
Yeah.
Lapaloo category.
Yeah, I think he has his big, like, he's a big fan of Lapaloo, so I feel he's gonna make him proud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody just want to point out that nobody has gone into the depths of like somebody maybe lower, not only lower finishing from last season, but also like an up and comer to the World Cup. Nobody has selected one of those. Just pointing that out to
It's
everybody
coming,
before.
Mr. Index. It's
Okay.
coming.
We will pass it back to Fast Big Dog and the Mall of America statue squad for pick 10.
Oh, this is tricky. I'm going to go with Yuensu.
Okay. Skipping Shistad to go to Yuensu.
Yeah.
Mm.
Interesting choice. Do you want to justify that choice, or are you just going to leave us hanging?
I'm building my strategy, so I will comment at a later time.
Okay, got it. Collapse Vikings, pick 11.
Yeah. Well, see, now we've got we got a whole lot of Norwegians on the list. So with that in mind, I think I'm actually gonna pick Skista because she is a drama queen. She's a big, big drama queen. And I mean, we all saw what she did at the Worlds, like in Trondheim, World Series Championships.
Yes.
And that must have been like gotten her a whole lot of bonus points. Being
Yes.
so cranky and so mad. So I'm imagining when the Olympic comes and Sundling, Svan, and Dahlqvist just swipes her off the podium. She's going to do even more fun stuff.
The index not only supports this pick, Collapse Vikings, the index would like to go so far as to say that if the index were a team, and this is when the index is not drafting a team, by the way, the index would have picked Skistad top 3. Because recall, last season, Skistad scored 29 points last season. How much of the season do you think she actually did? Maybe 25, 30% of the season due to her injury? Now, one detractor from Skistad is the abdominal injury. Were the good late season collapses and long durations a result of the abdominal injury, or are they purely a reflection of the drama that just exists within her being? That's the real question here. So the index has had our eye on Skistad for the preseason lead in here, and we'll be paying careful attention to her performances. Okay, back to the Mall of America statue squad for pick number 12.
Can you? Yeah, thanks. let's go with Foss's home.
Okay. Very good pick. Boston seems to be on a preseason flyer. So the index supports Collapse Vikings. You're up again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick Jensen because he is not a guy that I feel is gonna go very much World Cup, considering the Beto. And you know, now I'm thinking, should I throw in my wild card here? But no, I think I'm gonna go with Ilar. She also have nice things going for her, like her eyes freezing and getting standing up and stuff. Yeah. So
yeah, she is a very dramatic person as well.
yeah. And I mean, how many people get their eyes frozen? It's really fascinating.
The index is curious as to whether the eyes freezing is a real thing or is a made up thing.
It's a very good question, but can I like ask a question of my
absolutely?
Because I'm thinking Foss's home, is that not a very big chance, Mr. Big Fast Dog, Big Dog, Mr. Dog?
She's trying to get in your
question. Head. No. I don't understand the question. Is the question, am I taking a chance?
Yeah,
it's a risky pick is the point.
Yeah, it's a very risky pick.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I'm going to say, with disclosure, I think there is really no question that each of you, in particular Anna, appear to be substantially more knowledgeable on all of these picks than me. But like I said, I'm picking from the heart here. You know, you're trying to be overly analytical about this, and this is a sport of passion, drive, determination. That's why I went with Diggins. Like I said,
there you go.
She can push herself to the brink of collapse. I read that on the internet, so it's got to be true.
That's
so
right.
I'm in the camp of passion. That's where I'm going with here.
In the on that topic, Fast Big Dog, you have just earned the next round will be a double points round. So your scary pick and point in row 14 and for Anna in row 15. Pick 15 is a double points here. So this is an extra important pick.
It sure is. I'm going to go with since it's a double bonus pick, I'm going to go with my girl, Emma Rebound.
All right.
Because she's going to come through for me. I'm going to be able to telekinetically send her collapse vibes the finish line, and everything's up line here, and she's going to come through for me.
That could be the secret weapon that you have that Collapse Vikings with their superior analytical skill lack.
Well, that is true. And since it's a double point, I'm not going to go with my ace or my shaved knuckle in the hole. So I'm going to go with Kathleen.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Okay, that gets a double points as well. We're back to the Mall of America statue squad for pick 16.
Let's see here.
So unpicked from up the sheet are Victoria Kyle, Jan Thomas Jensen, and then where everything else is visible. So Jensen is really the only one you would like to pick that is not currently visible.
Can you scroll up again?
That's the top.
Okay.
So everybody's been picked except Carl and Jensen.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I'll take Jensen.
The index likes that pick as well. But Carl, you are getting the -3 points. The Collapse Vikings statement about will he be on the World Cup remains a major risk. But Jensen, the reason that the index would not be concerned about that, Anna, is that when Jensen does collapse, he puts up major points.
Yeah.
He is not
Yeah.
a consistency guy. If he gets on the World Cup, he will collapse and he will score a lot of points. So it's a high risk, high reward pick.
It is. And
You're up
then
with
I'm gonna
17.
go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my shaved knuckle in the hole, which is Moa Lundgren.
Okay.
She's not in the list, I think. No.
She's
there
all the
she
way
is.
down
Yeah.
here. All the way down here in 43rd.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her because
Okay.
she is going to Ruka. That's the first time she's ever been like that. She hasn't won Scandi Cup. That she is within the first period of the World Cup, which means, and she's always really good at collapsing. And she did a lot of collapses, like in the Swedish premieres and stuff. So yeah, and she's also a very, very like sympathetic person. You look at her and you go, "Good Lord, I like you. I want you to
Okay.
do well in races and do more good collapses."
Okay. Okay. Very good justification. We're back to the Mall of America statue squad. Pick 18.
Let's go, Laura Gimler.
Got it? Curious to hear. Go ahead, Anna.
I'm
Collapse
doing
Vikings.
Lapierre. I'm sorry. My French isn't very good.
Okay. So you've got Lapaloo,
Mm-hmm.
Delaroche,
Mm-hmm.
and Lapierre.
Mm-hmm.
Fast Big Dog has Parmakoski, Yuemsu, and then minimal other country mates.
Mm-hmm. Wonder
Okay.
Woman.
Mall of America statue squad, pick 20.
Let's go, Kahara.
Okay. Collapse Vikings, 21.
I'm going with Ogden. Because he also has nice things going, like a lot of snot, and he gets
Yes.
a whole bunch of drama going on, and then he
Also-
does funny things.
Also a consistent World Cup performer.
Yeah.
Also, you have two skiers now, Fendrick and Ogden, who fall into the floppy across the finish line category.
Yeah, exactly.
So that could be that we might have to add, not for official scoring purposes this year, we might have to add a flop factor to the index and just see who is the most, whose skeleton is the least rigid. Okay, Mall of America statue squad.
Let's go Fink.
Okay, so you're establishing a little bit of a German lean to the list
Maybe.
in recent picks.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Collapse Vikings.
Yeah, since I took Kellen and Fendish, I have to add Weber to the whole bunch as well, just to confuse my colleague here, because then
Okay.
I have Frenchies, I have Swiss people, and I have Swedish people. Who am I going to
Okay. So we are going to, the index has made a decision that we will be making our country selection here in row 40 and we will, when we make the country selection, we will again use the spinner to let somebody select the country first. And then that will be the point at which the draft begins to conclude. So, Fast Big Dog, you are at 24 on the clock.
Boy, we'll go. Is it all the Norwegians that get the -3, or is it only the top 4?
All the Norwegians get the -3, but only once, not every collapse, just at the start of the season. So if you have 6 Norwegians, you'll end up starting the season with -18.
Okay.
Keep in mind the average collapse is probably, the median collapse is probably a 3.75 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
So just one collapse probably wipes out the penalty.
Right. I'm gonna go with too cordial.
Okay. Collapse Vikings, how do you feel about a French person getting taken off your list?
Well, that's a shame. That's a shame. However, I wouldn't have picked the Godot if I was doing Frenchies, because then I would have picked Bourdain. But since I'm not doing Frenchies, I'm gonna have to go with Schumacher or Shoemaker. Schumacher? Yeah, Shoemaker.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which
we
one.
can say it however we want.
Yeah.
Mall of America Statue Squad, you up again.
Heidi Wang.
There's multiple lines, so we're gonna put in. I mean, Ducorda, Schumacher. Okay, Collapse Vikings.
Yeah, then I'm in a bit of a bind because I don't want Fosnes, and I Poema is not going to be on the World Cup scene for a bit now, and Gisselman is not either going to be on the. So I'm gonna have to go with Bourdain.
Okay. Mall of America Statue Squad.
I am gonna go with Fosnes.
And we back off Bourdain here. Somebody already picked flop here. The index is just behind on the updates. Okay, survey has been kicked up through Orama to the Collapse
Yeah.
Vikings, so they don't want. So you're
No.
back on the clock, Anna.
Yeah, because I'm thinking since Astrid Iceland isn't in the pick
But you
either.
can pick her. Oh,
Yeah,
you mean she's
but
not a captain?
yeah,
Yes, we're very unhappy with her.
very unhappy. But then I'm gonna go with Maloney Westgard because he would have been a very bad pick if Astrid had been one of the team captains. Because I think she would have made him
Yes,
like, yeah, either
agreed.
collapse a whole lot for her or no collapses.
Yes, he also is in the floppy category.
He is, isn't he? I
Yes,
think I have a thing for the floppy ones.
yeah. I think what seems to be driving the Collapse Vikings, in addition to the nationality, is the amount of head bobble that the skier has as they cross the line. Like the further off axis the head is on the finish line, the more the Collapse Vikings likes the athlete.
I think so. That is an astute observation because it's something quite endearing with that kind of floppiness.
All of the index's observations are astute observations, to be clear.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be like Mr. Big Fast Dog who's a sucker. So I'm just gonna concur in silence.
That is fine. That's Big Dog. Pick 30.
Stuart Jones.
Oh, excellent choice. Stuart Jones, known fan of the index.
Oh,
Okay, Collapse Vikings.
Ridzik.
Okay.
She's not floppy, but she has other qualities.
No, she is not floppy. Germans tend not to be very floppy.
No, they're very
in general. In
Yeah.
general. Mall of America Statue Squad,
Rydek.
as she just got picked.
Oh, she just picked her. Sorry, I was writing down I'm trying to strategize ahead here, and not listen to these wild accusations of me sucking up. Completely unfounded, by the way. All right, we'll go with Stadlober.
Okay.
Poop. She's floppy, and she was my next pick, so I'm gonna have to
Yes.
go with blonde.
Okay. Bond, not floppy.
No, I'm abandoning the floppiness and going for
Okay.
stiff-necked people.
Okay. That's Big Dog.
Lovera.
Okay, Collapse Vikings.
I'm gonna go with Carlson. Because when she collapses, she does amazing collapses.
She does. But you have to worry in an Olympic year, will she actually race any World Cups or will she just show up and compete like 3 times like the rest of Team Sweden?
Well, remembering the amazing, amazing collapse she did at Tour de Ski up Alpe Chamis. I think I'm gonna
Yes,
be like she's gonna do some amazing stuff.
I hope you're right.
Mm,
Okay, pick 36, Fast Big Dog.
Hoffman.
Okay,
And I think you've neglected to put an X next to Valerio Grande because he's already selected.
yeah.
thank you, sorry. Okay, I
Um,
think the X's are clear here. Okay, Collapse Vikings.
I'm gonna go with Stölben.
Okay. Okay, so each of you have one more pick, and then we will do the country selection, and then we'll have a few more picks, and then we'll wrap up.
all right. I'll go with Disselman.
Going back up the list.
Could you please scroll down, Mr. Index? Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with Sundling. No, I'm not gonna go with Sundling. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with because we've got 2 Sundlings, and that's very confusing. Both a female and a male one.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with Dominic Bury. Mr.
Okay.
Polish
Thank
dude.
you. Yes. Okay, country selection. We are going back to the spinner that will select the country, or who will select the country first. The spinner could not have been closer to the end. You can't see the spinner, but the spinner could not have been closer to the edge. It was the 1 pixel off, but the first person to select their country that gets them the bonus credit will be Fast Big Dog. The spinner likes Fast Big Dog.
It's that good karma. I'm going to go with my drama queen girls from the USA. Lead by example.
Okay. Even though you have very few people from the USA on the team.
That's correct. I'm counting on Diggins to bonus us hard.
Okay. Okay, got it. Collapse Vikings, who is your country bonus?
Well, since we have the greatest women's team ever, I'm gonna go with Sweden.
Okay. Also
And
a
because
good choice.
yeah, and because also I'm Swedish and I can't like let down my fellow Swedes here in favor of like Norwegians or other such.
Okay, the index has decided, in the interest of time and the fact that we all have other things to do, everybody is starting at this point will get 10 more picks, so that's 20 total, 10 per team. Mall of America Statue Squad back on the clock for pick number 40 overall, with 10 remaining.
I'll take Northig. What the hell?
This is the younger Nortug, Evan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Evan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case anything crazy happens,
That's
you never
true.
know. The Burger Kings could cause a good collapse.
Yeah. I love that.
Collapse Vikings.
Sundling.
You were just relieved that Fast Big Dog did not pick Sendling at the end there.
Very. I was hoping my ruse confused him a bit.
Looks like it did. Mall of America.
Pellegrino.
Okay, good choice. Not floppy, but good choice. Anna?
I'm actually gonna go with Valnas, even though it's Norwegian.
And hold up. Brian Button over here. Okay, Valnas gets the -3, which will attach. We'll make sure we cover all that later. We'll try also get to -3. I'm sure we missed a few, but we will go back and get those later. Okay. Fast big dog.
I'm gonna go with Gons.
It's not choice.
And I'm gonna go with, let's see. I'm actually gonna go with Jans Brugge.
Gonna get a lot of starts. Fast big dog.
Let's go with Miervold.
The index supports that. Neurold's
Thank you.
Norwegian, correct?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Anna?
Could you please scroll down a bit? I'm gonna go with Vorinen. No, wait.
Oh, okay.
Schoonmaker.
Oh, we've taken the other of
Yeah.
the other half of the fast big dog team. And picking up an American that he can't score points with.
Yes.
Smart move.
Nah, I've been surfing with JC. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna drown him the next trip he collapse. So that's a block. You prepare to get
Yeah.
0 points from JC. Same thing with us.
That's right.
I know those guys super well. I'm phone call something after this that's gonna shut them down. Guaranteed. I will go with Schmidt.
Okay. Okay. Collapse
And
Vikings.
then I'm gonna go with Vorinen.
Okay. Back to fast big dog. 5 picks remaining.
Ruger.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to update the list. I already picked Burger.
And
The
Valdo.
index is behind on the list. Don't forget show top of the list here. So unpicked
All right.
quick list recap. We have, of course, Carl Porma, Shortomp, Dayanov, and then we'll leave it here.
Can you scroll up again?
Yeah, the only unpicked that you might want are Porma and Shortomp.
Yeah, I'll take Burma.
Okay,
And I'm
Collapse
gonna go
Vikings.
with Shoton.
Okay, so that clears the list up until Dayanov. It did some pretty impressive collapses last year.
He did, but he doesn't get to
Nah.
do very much
You gotta
racing.
worry about the starts, yes. Okay, fast big dog, back to you.
All right, we'll go Brandoner.
And I'm gonna go Marcus Grate.
Okay, fast big dog.
Kalev.
And,
Moser.
the index would like to take this moment to point out that nobody has yet picked Kirog, who got pregnant specifically because she was so ashamed with her performance on the Collapse Index last year, and she couldn't bear showing up for another season. That's an unconfirmed rumor to satisfy the lawyers at Nordic Insights.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
I'll
Mosier's
take the
last pick.
bait. I'll take the bait. I'll take Yohug. Why not?
Well, she's not racing, is she?
No,
Oh.
she's not.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take Sanis.
Okay.
Would everyone like a quick aside story
Yes, please.
on
Yes.
Yohug? So
Yes.
at 2017 World Champs in Falun, after a few adult beverages, we decided it would be a good idea to see if we could get someone, a whole bunch of us, to change clothes with us. So the Mall of America statue squad represents. Even though Anna's taking a couple of cheap shots, we'll throw. I like the haircut discussion we had in the green room. I'll throw out a little Euro love, and I'll give the measurements in Euro currency. So FBD runs like 191 centimeters, 87 kilos.
Okay.
I decided that Yohog was the perfect person to attempt to change
Excellent.
clothes with. So we were standing there at the bar, and she was next to Heidi Wang, the two of whom were very, very confused as to the offer that was being presented to them to change clothing in the middle of the party. They thought that was an intriguing yet bewildering question at the same time.
I
Maybe,
would also have been very confused if a big American dude came up to me and asked me, "Can we please exchange clothes?"
Yeah.
did she change clothes with you, Fast Big Dog?
She was willing to, and I give her credit for that, but she's just too small. I mean, it was, I don't think it's
Yes.
going to work. So in the end, a sizable Russian woman agreed to do so, and I ended up taking home the victory in that competition, just like I'm going to do in this one.
Okay. Excellent.
With
The
And as
the-
a quick
What else?
aside, that coach, I forget her name. She great lady. We were drinking with her the rest of the night. She just appeared. I just saw a photo of her. I don't know if it was on the fifth page or she's still out there making it happen too. No word on
Okay.
whether or not she's still changing clothing with people, but
the
Yeah.
index is wondering if you might wish to do some clothing changes after the Lake Placid World Cup to conclude the 2025-2026 season. Perhaps we should reinstate the clothing change policy.
That is not necessarily a terrible idea. Although I do have a good Jesse Diggins Lake Placid bar story as well.
Is it appropriate for the Index Draft podcast?
It is. It
Okay,
is.
please share.
Because it's harmless. It's harmless because I was there after Climb to the Castle, and I was at a table with Timmy Burke and Lowell Bailey and a lot of the U.S. biathletes, and we're just hanging out, having a good old time with a few adult beverages. And so, being the gentleman that I am, I sent a round of drinks over to a table with Miss Diggins. Timmy Hamilton was there, a few others, and at which point a very agitated Jesse Diggins came storming over a table and attempted to make a clever play on my nickname of Fast Big Dog, but unfortunately butchered it horribly and turned it into said something like, "Listen, slow cat person," which, as you might expect, caused the entire table to erupt in laughter and
Yes.
explained to us that serious athletes were not interested in having my very, very benevolent olive branch offering of
No.
a free round of drinks. But by that time, I don't think it's inappropriate to say, Simi Hamilton had already drank Jesse's shot as well as that of Sophie and about three other. So
Excellent.
the story
Good
had a
for him.
happy end. The story had a
Very,
happy
very
ending.
good. On the topic of drinking adult beverages as an elite athlete, let's move back to the draft because one of the next undrafted names is the king of Trondheim himself, Gabe Gledhill, who seems more interested in his modeling career and drinking than in athletics. So will anybody be, Anna, with your next pick, will you be selecting the king of Trondheim?
No, I will not. I will pick Altimira.
Okay. Excellent. And the final pick. Mall of America statue is going to be the final pick, which is also a double pick.
Ooh. I'm in it to win it. I'm going KFT because he's such a media whore. I bet I
Okay.
can get him to go over the top to catapult me to the win in this competition.
I think that is an astute move. I agree. The KOT will probably do anything for a few extra clicks. And the index
Yep.
promises the index will score KOT's collapses as effectively as possible. However, the problem that you face is that the KOT is often so far off the back that
Yeah.
the collapses he makes are sometimes after, not only after the podium ceremony, but after the camera crew has packed up and flown to the next venue. So
Ooh,
use caution
shots
with that
fired.
pick.
KOT, are you hearing this? Who's your boy?
KOT.
Who's backing you up? FBD's with you all the way, buddy. Camera time clicks. This could be the thing that catapults
Yeah.
you to stardom.
Could be a good partnership. Okay, Hannah,
Yeah.
your final pick for the double points.
Could we scroll up in the list?
Yes, and at the index thinks that we okay, so Diana got picked. Did Diana get picked?
Oh, I don't think Diana got
I don't
picked.
think so.
So I'm gonna. Do we have anyone else besides Diana that we're
So
gonna have?
I think Sanas got taken. I don't
Yeah.
think there's anybody else.
Let's see.
The index doesn't believe. No, until you
No,
get up to
no.
Kyle.
Then I'm actually gonna go with Diana,
Okay.
mostly because he will probably represent at the Olympics and some like Nordic World Cups, which
Okay.
even if he doesn't get that many, I feel that he's gonna do some great collapses. But it's the same thing with Diana as KOT. So
Yes, yes. Okay. That is the conclusion of the draft process that you have all been through. So that was phase 3 of the draft. Phase 4 of the draft is for the fans out there. They will be able to vote for, the index will release the rosters of the teams perhaps today, definitely tomorrow, the day before Liga begins. And fans will vote for their teams and they will be allowed to, and we will select some winners. So if Fast Big Dog's team Mall of America Statue Squad wins, some of the Mall of America Statue Squad fans may also benefit from the winning in the form of small prizes. There is a twist. There is a third team, which is all of the undrafted athletes will make up their third team. So some big names remain down here. Lasse Odnesvang, Martin Yanget. There are we got Johannes Klæbo. Perhaps some of you may have heard of Johannes Klæbo. We have Agström did not get picked. Andrew Musgrave, Mika Vermeulen, Martin Talo. So that the list of undrafted athletes is not too bad. It's pretty decent down there at the bottom of the list. So that is the final twist. So there will be 3 teams from which fans may select their preferred team and have a chance to share in the winnings. Fast Big Dog or Anna, team captains, thank you for your participation. Any final comments, trash talk, questions before we conclude?
I have a very serious question.
Yes, yes.
Hafsesholm announced her retirement, and she will not partake in any ski races because she's studying to be a doctor.
Okay.
Were you aware of that? Because I think I was pretty generous going, this is a big chance. Were you aware, FBD, or were you just taking the enormous shot in the dark big thing going on?
It's all part of my strategy. That cannot be revealed at this time.
Marvelous. Thank you.
I have a follow-up question as well.
Okay.
Last year, there was an athlete who broke a pole. Certainly nothing notable about that, but broke her own pole and then horribly bungled the ridiculously simple pole exchange in the coaching area. Actually was struck in the face by her own poll, by her own coach, and then had the audacity to produce a sponsor video at the end of the year with this as an example of her like resilience and toughness, alluding to the fact that she'd been punched in the face or hit in the face, conveniently leaving out the part about this all being self-inflicted. So is there a category for self-imposed collapses of any sort or catastrophes? And with bonus and follow-up question, would bonus points be given if you then attempt to spend this as a validation of your toughness as opposed to incompetence or stupidity?
The index doesn't suppose this particular athlete would be on the Mall of America statue squad, would they? Like the Fast Big Dog team captain would never pick such a person to be on his team, right?
I told you I'm in this to win this. So if there are bonus points to be had, it seems like that's the type of thing. Because what I think we all love so much about the premise of the DCI is, well, let's quote Devin Kershaw in his podcast probably 2 or 3 years ago, when he equated the rise of the collapse, not of the DCI, mind you, but of the collapse itself. I believe his exact quote was, "It was turning cross-country skiing into professional wrestling," was his exact assessment of the situation. So therefore, it seems as though all other sort of relevant theatrics should also be, one's ability, a team captain's ability to recognize the propensity for these antics and such other notable attempts to create attention for oneself. It seems like that should be a part of this calculus. Is there a formula? Is there a provision for this?
The index will provide our feelings on this topic, and we have actually considered such ideas and concepts before. So the index, like the core of the index, will remain unchanged from last season. We, of course, have added this team system with the Mall of America statue squad and the Collapse Vikings. So that's a new addition. So in order to quote unquote win the index, an athlete needs only do what they did last year. However, the index will also be adding 2 new categories this year. On the periphery,
this is exciting.
On the periphery of the core index. So to answer your specific question, FBD, you can only win the team competition with the core index. However, the other categories will be the, let's say, most dramatic moment that occurs at any point during the race will score points and be scored accordingly. So if somebody were, if a relative rank amateur were to do the theatrics you previously described with the poll and then the social media drama mongering, then that athlete might score points in the overall drama categorization, regardless of whether it happens before or after the finish line. The second is, as recommended by the probably one of the top 5 biggest index fans, is a card system, like a yellow card system, where athletes will lose points for doing ridiculous things. So it is up to the index to determine whether an action is for positive points or for negative points. Those
This is exciting.
extra categories are not definitely part of this competition and will probably play a minor role, if any at all, but we will still keep track of them, and we may, depending on how the season goes, assign awards and victories to those as well. So what we suspect will happen, Fast Big Dog, is that you might lose the Diggins Collapse Index season competition, but you might win the overall drama competition. And that is a less prestigious award, of course, than the Collapse, the pinnacle of the entire sport. But it is an award nonetheless. So it is possible.
It's kind of like winning a World Cup versus winning the overall. I got you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes, well said. So that is the newest index related construction.
It's a very
like it.
good construction, Mr. Index. And I feel
Excellent.
very, very like comfortable with that kind of because even though Mr. Big Dog has the star of the show, I feel that if somebody like falls in the 50K, 500 meters before the finishing line, or like make
Yes.
all of their fellow Swedes just crash in Ruka in the mass start a couple of years ago, where there was like a domino effect and 5 people were landing outside the lane. I think that person is also quite a big star in this,
Yes.
together with names like household names like Carlson and Skistad and stuff. So
Yes.
I'm feeling quite comfortable here.
Good. Very good. We were glad that the early reviews from the 2 of you are positive. So, any final comments?
Not on this end.
Anna?
Other than I appreciate you taking the time to put this all together.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you to both of you for being willing to be team captains and for dealing with the inability of Google Calendar to properly schedule a meeting and the index's technical inability to record a meeting. But we got there. So thank you
It
for
has
your
been an
patience.
extra flavor to the whole concept, not knowing exactly when the meeting is going to
Yes.
take place or how, but it
Or
has
where.
very
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that is the drama that we hope to perpetuate throughout the season.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, everybody.
who's
Thank you to our
who's
listeners.
sucking up now?
Yeah,
Who's
that
sucking up now?
Saving my sucking up till the end, so I can't be accused of trying to affect the judge. See
How
how
the
smart
tables
that
have
was.
turned. Someone making her run in the last 100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that,
that
he
way.
caught you there. He caught you there. Okay, thank you to Anna and Fast Big Dog. Good luck to the Mall of America Statue Squad, the Collapse Vikings, and the undrafted third team. And we will be with you throughout the season. Thank you all, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Enjoy your day. Bye.
See you guys.